And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the two defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
On play action, they'll throw. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Back down, Philly. Here we go. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Detroit! Detroit!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back to throw now on first down. Buying time to his left. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
Now back to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
319. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here we go now. Blue 90! Blue 90! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
So out come the Bucs now. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Looking to throw. Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The 20. And Hill with it over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll try and sneak it here. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. It's their quarterback with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. And it's up and good. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish?
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10.
Detroit! Gone!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Now, Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Over!
They go play action here on first down. Going for the deep ball. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on second and 5. They'll look to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gone!
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down, brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 55 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. He's coming. Double up.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Gone!
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week is what we just saw there. Instincts, understanding where the play is going, and being able to make a play on the football.
Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3.
Patriot!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch him now, Barney. Over.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Luke Kuechly. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Gone! Watch him now, Barney! Hot!
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and if he gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the encroachment penalty, here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll run it on the toss, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Detroit!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll drop the throw. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
Here we go now.
drop to throw. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. But it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Lucky 56! Lucky 56!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that one will be accepted. The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Detroit!
Back to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll look to throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Bucs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now back to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Looking to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Gone!
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete right around the 8. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. You know, the running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things in.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Point after, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now look at him go. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Corey Grant, 87 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
That was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's the Panthers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. A fourth quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And the Steelers have scored yet again, really opening that one up. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there for Carolina. 41 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after
lucky
this.
56. Lucky 56. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. Hot.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And now here's another interception. Picked up on Levante David. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback. That's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now they'll run it on the toss. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
On 3rd down. That's Grant. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.